Cre8tive Minds Lab. This is part 2 of my SQL interview question series. In part 1, we covered question 1 to 15, and in part 2, we'll continue with question 16 to 40. Since writing queries and explaining together takes too much time, I have already written all those queries with answers. In this video, I will explain how each query works based on the question. If you know more approaches, feel free to share them in the comments so that we'll learn together. Okay, so in part 3 I will cover the remaining question. And I have shared my GitHub link in the description below, where you can download the complete solution document for this part. Okay, so let's get started. So as I already created the required table, whatever based on the question based, I have already created the table and inserted some dummy data. We don't need to create once again. So you also create according to the requirement basis. You can create your dummy table as well like dummy data, so that you can test yourself as well. Okay, let's start it. Okay, so first our question is like, first question is, find the employees working in more than one project. So I have written the query, select employee ID from employee project group by employee ID having count distinct project ID greater than 1. If you see here, I have already created the table, select star from employee projects. Okay, so employee project will contain employee ID and project ID. So based on the data, we can see like first what we did, first group by employee ID, because based on the employee ID we wanted to like grouping the information. That means first group by employee ID means we are collecting all rows of the same employee together. But for each employee group, we count how many different project ID they have. Okay, so if an employee has only one project, count equal to 1. If they are part of multiple projects, then count will be greater. So the having condition, here the having condition keeps only those employees where the count greater than 1. So that way only employees who are part more than one project appear in the output. So that if you see here in our table, in employee ID you can see 1 is the ID. You can see project ID 100 and 10 in the 10 ID is working. That was the only employee who are part of more than one project. So because of that only we can see the output is 1. So that employee ID, one employee ID is working in more than one project. If the project ID 100 and 101. So even if you want to see the details, like suppose if you want to the project who are the part of it, right? Though because here we already see the employee ID based the details, but we wanted to see the project list and who the employee ID. Especially if we wanted to see now, then you can use the alternative query by using the list tag function, so that you can get to know based on the project ID who is the part of the project. You can see clearly in the employee ID that project is 100 101. So based on in our table you can see 1 and 1 in the employee ID and the project ID is 100 101. So even if you want at a time, you can see who is the part of the project, and based on the employee ID you can get it those information. Got it? Right. Next, move to our second question. So second question is like, difference between inner join and left outer join. This is common question, so we need to just understand what is the difference between inner join and left outer join. Inner join means whenever we wanted to find out any kind of a matching record. Suppose you just think about, there are two tables. One is employee table, one is department table. So the join condition we are using, suppose here you can see the employees table and department table. Okay, here you can see the information department ID. Here also you can see the department ID. Both the department ID, here the join condition we are using E dot department ID, D dot department ID. Okay, so here, if you see here the query, I took the employees table and department table and took the employee name as well the department. In department table I took the department name. So in employees table perspective I use the alias as E, and department table perspective I use the D. Okay, so here you can see the department ID, and in the department table if you see the department ID is the parent table. So the department ID referring to the employee table department ID which is common. Okay, so based on that it looks both the employees and department table, and the join condition if you will see here, the join condition is like E dot department ID equal to D dot department ID. So only employees who have a matching department ID in the departments will appear. Suppose if an employee department is missing, they are excluded. That means in inner join only we are getting the matching record. Okay, whatever the matching record we will be getting, then those information we will be getting in the inner join through. Okay, that is the main difference. You will see whatever the matching record, both the employee table and department table we are getting from here. Okay, let's move to our left outer join. Left outer join means what exactly the left outer join it was doing here. If I see now, left outer join retrieving all those records from the left hand side and matching record from the right hand side table. Okay, so but here we are joining the same way, only E dot department ID, D dot department ID. As we discussed about, we are taking the department ID is the like common column in both the tables, so we are joining both the table. So we still join employees with the department, but now we take all those from the employees. If a department exists, department name will show. If no match exists, department name will is null, but employee still appears. So based on that inner join and left outer join, inner join will retrieving all those matching record, but in left outer join means it will retrieving all those matching record from the left, like all those records from the left side and all matching records from the right side. Okay, so while we are doing the left join, we are using the left join like that keyword like left join we are using for left join propose. So if you run this query, you will get to know. See, whatever the information like based on the employees table, based on the department table, if you see here, whatever the data we can see is the based on that employee table, whatever the matching record in the left, like based on the department you can see now, department as well like employee. So 10 20 department ID 10 20 30. So if you see here 10 20 30, whatever the matching record in the left side in employee table, it was giving all those record in the left outer join means in left side of the table, and in the right out right outer join in the sense whatever the matching record it will retrieving those information. So while you run this query, you will be getting like that employee name, all those records in left side, whatever the record we wanted to retrieve, we are getting those records, even including the record which is matching with right side. Okay, if it will be having the same way, suppose the interviewer asking to you the right outer join, so the similar it will work opposite way, because it will retrieving all those matching all those records in the right hand side and matching record from the left hand side. Okay, so like all right rows plus matching left side. So here whenever you are using the right join, you can use the right join department D on E the department ID. Got it now? You can see here also, suppose if I will be using here right join, you can see the data, you can see here whatever the right side details we are retrieving, and also like whatever the matching record from our left hand side, that one also including, and the data is retrieving. Okay, fine. Then next move to our third question. Third question in the sense 18th question we have to solve it. Like question is like find the products ordered by more than 5 unique customers. So the 18th question is products ordered by more than 5 unique customer means. Let's move to our, we can see the our order table. What is the information? Because in order table I have kept it order ID, customer ID, product ID, order date and status. Okay, so here you can see the order table which has customer ID and product ID. So that here we are using the group by product ID, which is collecting all the orders of the same product together. So within each group, count distinct customer ID, count how many different customers ordered that product. If the count is greater than 5, it means at least 6 unique customers ordered it. The result is the list of products that are popular with many customers. If you see here, if I'll be running this query, you can see the 501 is the unique customer. Okay, if you see here the 501, if you see the 501, it will be the unique customer who ordered more than 5 unique product. Based on that you can see. So even if you wanted to use here, you can use also equal to 5, then it will also giving the same result. Okay. Okay, fine. Then next move to our 19th question. 19th question is to retrieve employees who made a sale. Retrieve employees who made a sale. So here you can see we can take the employees table as well. Here you can see the employees table. So from the employees table we use the left join. Here we use the left join with the sales table. If you will see here the sales table, we joined with employees with the sales table, so that in means in sales table you can see here the employee ID as well. In the employees table we are joining with the employee ID, so both the column is like common. Okay, so if an employee has sales, their sales rows will match. If not, then the sales part will be null. The whereas that employee ID is null means the condition keeps only those employees who had no match in the sales, meaning they never made any kind of sales. So that we have written this query this way: retrieve employees who never made a sale. This is the most important SQL question every interviewer is asking, so that whenever you are facing this kind of question, just answer it this way. Okay, also in alternative way also you can go by using the correlated subquery way, by using the not in. It will also giving the same way by using the alternative not in. See the result. So this checks directly which employee ID are missing from sales. Okay, next move to our question number 20. Question number 20 means it was asking about our cross join. It was asking about to us our the cross join. So cross join takes every row. Suppose we are taking here employee and department table for our example. So if we run here the table like employees name, department name, from employees E, cross join department D. So based on that, if I see here, a cross join takes every row from employees and combine it with every row from department. Suppose if you see here in employees table, how many record is there? There is 9 record in the employee table. Okay, so if there is 9 record in the employee table and department table, how many record? 3 record, right? So how it will be? Suppose 9 into 3. So 9 into 3 means it will be giving to our the cross product, means Cartesian product it will be giving. So whenever we wanted to get the combination, even the generating grids, when you wanted to apply any kind of filters on top, then you can go through and use this is the query in the cross join, because cross join always gives to us the cross product of the table. You can see how many records, because 9 into 3 into 27 record. So it was retrieving. Suppose if in a table it will be like 10 record and department table having 5 record. So it will be like 10 into 5. So that 50 record. Okay, so that is how the cross join will be work. Let's move to our 21 question. We need to find out the second highest salary, so that I took the employees table from here. So if you see the employees table, we need to find out the second highest salary, so that I use the max salary. So that select max salary as second highest salary, second highest from employees, where salary less than select maximum salary from employees. So first the inner query finds the maximum salary from employees, and then the outer query checks for salaries less than that maximum. Okay, so if you see here in the employees table, the second highest salary, if you see 90,000 is the first highest salary and 70,000 is the second highest salary. So that whenever we are running this query, the first inner query find the maximum salary from the employees, and then the outer query, here this part, if you see here, select maximum salary from employees, this query checks for salaries less than that maximum. So among those it takes the maximum. Again, this is the second highest salary. Okay, if you will run it, you will get it the 70,000 is the second highest salary. Even you can use also by using the dense rank also. Suppose if you wanted to alternative way, you can use dense rank, like select salary from select like suppose if we wanted to use select like analytical function, select salary from select salary dense rank over add by salary desk as rank from employees, where rank equal to 2. Let's run and we will see. Can you see? It will also giving to us the 70,000 is our second highest salary, because this rank salary is in descending order and picks rank 2. Okay. Next, move to our 22 question. Okay. 22 question is get the nth highest salary. Nth highest salary means the same employee table, how we'll get it in the nth highest salary. Suppose nth number means there is, like suppose if you want second highest salary, third highest salary, fifth highest salary, you just like here you just give your according to the value, then you can run it, you will get that salary. But here we, how the query here working, because we order salaries from highest to lowest, and also I use dense rank assigns number from highest equal to 1, then second highest equal to 2, etc. So filtering for rank equal to, suppose here if you run here, the value, suppose I will be giving 3 because n is here I mentioned 3, so I wanted the third highest. So I'll run it, it will giving towards the 60,000, because in the employer table if you see here, the third highest salary, if you'll see here, 90,000 is the first highest salary, 70,000 is the second highest salary, and 60,000 is the second third highest salary. So based on that information, whenever you are running the nth highest salary, so it will be filtering the rank wise, because I given the value as 3 and it was filtering the rank 3, give the third highest salary. And this query works for any kind of nth value by just changing the filter. Whenever you wanted to change the filter, like suppose I wanted the fifth highest salary, I can change the filter, like instead of 3 I can give the value as 5 and it will give to us the result. Okay, as I told you, suppose if I wanted to get fifth highest salary, then it will giving to us that salary. You will see here 48,000. So this is our nth highest salary. Okay. Next, move to our 23rd question. List department where average salary greater than 60,000. if you see here the query, here I have used select department ID average salary as average salary from employees group by department ID having average salary greater than 60,000. So here we group by employees by their department. So based on the department ID we are grouping those employees. Okay, so for each group we calculate the average salary from here. So the here having clause keeps only those so the query you saw that the having clause keeps only those departments where average salary is more than 60,000. So this is how you can identify high paying departments. Okay. Next move to our 24th question. Find employees earning more than department average. Okay. So let's move and see how this query works. So here if you see here the find employees earning more than department average. So I took it employees and department table. So here you can see the subquery. If you see here this query, the subquery find the average salary per department and we also join it back with employees. If you see here either department ID, either department ID. So here I took the employees as E, then after that I use for join and then comparing each employee salary with the department average. So only those employees who earn more than their department average are written this query. So whenever you will be running this query, it will giving to you the employee ID, employee name and employee salary based average salary. So this is avoiding the subquery by using the analytical function. If I wanted to, so this is the subquery I used, but even if you wanted to use the analytical query, then you can use this query like select employee ID, employee name, salary from select average salary over partition by department ID from employees where salary greater than department average. Okay, so whenever you will be running, it will also giving to you the same result to you. Okay, got it? This is the solution for find employees earning more than their department average. This is the most important interview questions. Okay. Next move to our 25th question. 25th question, we need to discuss to our 25th question. If you see here, the question is 25th question is write a query to calculate running total of cells. So running total of cells, how we need to find out? If you see here, I took it the table our cells table. If you run it the cells table, based on the cells table, I wanted to find out to running total of cells. Running total of cells means if whenever you are taking the sum of salary, cells amount, means each row has a sales amount and date. If we see the sales table, we can see the sales amount column and even the date column, sale date column. So here each row has a sale amount and a date column. The sum of over order by, if you see here, the sum of sales amount over order by sales date, it adds of the sales in order of date. Okay, so for every new row the running total will be increases. So this will give us a cumulative sales trend over timing. So while you will be running this query, then it will giving to you the running total of sales. Can you see here the sales amount, then running total of sales. Okay, next move to our 26th question, because for first find the employees whose salary is above company average. So company average means here we took the employees table here and based on the average salary we need to find out. So that I use the subquery basis simple way, the who get the average salary. So first we need to calculate the overall company average salary by using the average function. Then after that we filter employees who have a salary greater than that number, so that we can use average over for those data set without using the subquery in the analytical function. If you will run this query, the average salary, select employee ID, employee name, salary from employees where salary greater than, select average salary from employees. You can see here 3 record it was retrieving based on the average salary. Even if you are using analytical function, it will also giving to us the same result. Okay, you can see the average salary over comparing like comparing average salary from employees where salary greater than average salary, because here we are using the average over for the whole data set without subquery. Okay, next move to our next question. Next question is get employees with the same salary. This is most important question all interviewer asking, like find out the employee. So all the interviewer asking this important question to everyone. So find out the employee's name with the same salary. Same salary means in the employees table is there. So in the based on the employees table, we need to find out the same salary. So here I use the self join query, because here I use the joining both in the same employee table, because same table referencing itself. Okay, so that employees E1, and in the same employees table I use the E2, and then after that I joined with employee, like I wanted to same salary. For same salary purpose I use equal to, and also who is with the same salary. So we need to like get the employee ID. If I wanted to get the same salary, then I need to do not equal to, because this will find out the pair of employees with the equal salary. Okay, so while you will run this query, you will get it the whoever the employees having the same salary. You can see here like 60,000, 50,000, 90,000. If you will run the employees table, you can get to know. You can see here like whoever the details, you can see whoever getting the 60,000 allies. Here you can say the grace, right? So while you are running this query, you can see allies and grace having the same salary. Correct. The similar way you will find the information, and here we are joining the table with itself, and the join condition checks if two employees have the same salary but different ID, and this shows the pair of employees with equal salaries. And even you can also use the alternative way whenever you wanted to find out the, like suppose you don't need any kind of a duplicate things, and you wanted to find out the information which is grouped together by the salary. So you can, instead of use the list tag as I told you in one previous query, if you wanted to find out the information, then you can run it. You can see here 50,000 the employee name basis. If you wanted the information, you can use this list tag function. It was completely giving to you based on the like particular the employee name, who is the employee particularly having the same salary. You can see 55,000 based on the employee ID also. We got it in the above query employee ID based. If we want to find out the employee name is Bob Henry, all those information means it will giving to you those employee details who are having the same salary. Okay, this groups employees by salary and shows the name with duplicates. Got it? Now let's move to our 28th question. 28th question is like find employees who earn more than their manager. This is, I I hope everyone was facing this question, this interview question. So like find employees who earn more than that manager. That means in the employees table, we need to find out in the same employee table employee details we as well the manager details. So here I use the employee as E and employee as manager. So if you see here, I use for E for all those employee details propose, and aim for I use for the manager details. So for the manager name, for the manager salary details, I use the M as alias. Then after that I use for joining the manager ID with employee ID. If you run here the table employees, you can see the manager ID is here and employee ID is here. So while you are joining with E dot manager ID, M dot employee ID, and who earn more than their manager, so that employee salary, because we wanted to find out more than their manager, so that I did it M dot salary, because E dot salary greater than M dot salary. So here each employee has a manager ID pointing to another employee. By joining the table with itself, we match employees with their manager. Then we compare the salary. If employee is greater than manager, then we display them. Okay. This is the most important interview question. You can see the details here. Got it now? Then next question, we will move to our 29 question. 29 question is like, what is the 29 question? We need to find out the difference between maximum minimum salary in each department. So that I took both employee and department table. I just took it maximum salary minus minimum salary as a difference. Difference means we need to do like subtract those maximum and minimum salary base. Then we will get to employees details. Like based on the department basis, we will get those information. If you run this query, you will get those department ID basis the difference of salary. So for each department, we find the maximum salary. We also find the minimum salary, and then subtracting mean from maximum. So subtracting minimum from maximum shows the salary gap in that department. You can see here clearly. This is how we can find out the difference between maximum and minimum salary in each department. Next, move to our 30 question. Okay, 30 question is find employees whose salary is in top 10% overall. There are multiple approaches is there. You can use any one with that. Okay. 30 question. So here you can see here the first question is find employees whose salary is in top 10% overall. So here I using the n tile because n tile 10 means 10 divides all rows into 10 equal groups after sorting by salary descending order. You can see here. So the first group decline equal to 1 represent the top 10% employees. Alternatively, you can use the percent rank. It will also giving the same result to you. Even if you see the 90,000, and also in alternative you can use also percentile count. It will also giving to you the same record. Okay. Similar way you can use the row number and ordered subquery also. It will also giving to you the same result. You can just try only yourself so that you will get to know. Even if you wanted to test, you can download this answer sheet from my GitHub. You will get to know more way. Also another way, alternative way, use the row number Windows function. Okay. Just let's run it. See, the result is the same. Okay. This is how we can solve our 30 question. Find employees whose salary is in top 10% overall. Okay, let's move to our 31st question. 31st question is write a query to rank employees by salary within each department. Here if you see here rank employees by salary within department. If you see here I use the analytical function rank over partition by department ID order by salary this as rank from employees. Here as you can see I took the based on the employee department details. So here I use the select employee ID, employee name, department ID, salary, rank over partition by department ID order by salary this as rank from employees. Here partition by department ID means here if you see here the partition by department ID means we restart ranking for every department. So inside each department salaries are sorted in descending order. So rank here specifically rank is assigned 1 to the highest. So 2 to the next etc. So whenever the two employees tie in a salary they get the same rank and the next rank is skipped. Okay, the next rank is skip. That is how it will work. Okay, so next our next question is find the 32 find the first and last order date of each customer. So how it was working because I used the first and last order. So first order purpose I use the minimum order date and last order purpose I use the maximum order date. So in the customer if you will see the order table here the order table basis while you are running the order table you will get the like based on the order date what is the minimum and maximum order you will get to find out. So that I took the order date, minimum order date and maximum order date based on the order table, and then after that I use the group by customer ID. So here we group all orders by customer, and then minimum order date gives their earliest order and maximum order date gives their latest order. So this is how it will show the first and most recent order of each customer. Okay, next move to our 33 question. 33 question is 33 question is calculate 7-day moving average of sales. Okay, so moving average of sales, how we will calculate it? Because I use the select sales date round of average sales amount. The same only sales table I took it, because in the sales table we'll getting the information related to the sales related average sales, so that I took that table. So the window function looks at each row and the sixth row between it, so that I use the rows between 6 preceding and current row. We are calculating the 7-day moving average of sales. This is the way, by using the average sales amount over order by sales date, then rows between 6 preceding and current row. Okay, so the window function looks at each row and 6 rows before it and total 7 days. Then average of sales amount is calculated over that window. Then as we move forward, the average updates daily. So what it will do, it will daily it will smooth the trends basis instead of showing day to day spikes. Even you can use the alternative way in the 7 calendar basis. Whenever you are running this query, you will get also the same way output, because if you see the moving average of the average of sales based on the 7-day. Okay, same output you will get in the by using the average for last 7 calendar day basis. You can also getting the result in same way. Okay, next move to our 34 question. 34 question is like find employees whose salary decreased compared to last year. So here the table, if you see here, I took the here use the salary history table. So I use the salary history table. If you see here, select star from this table salary history, so that we'll get those information. We'll see here I have in the salary history table employee ID, salary and effective date. So we need to find out employees whose salary decreased compared to last year. Okay, so without employee name, we can also find out by using the select employee ID, salary as current salary, previous salary, effective date from select employee ID, salary, effective date, log salary over partition by employee ID, order by effective date as previous salary from salary history table, where previous salary is not null and salary less than equal to previous salary. So how this query works? We look at salary records from salary history table. So if you see here are the salary history, we are getting like we are getting the salary records from this salary history table. So log salary means here if you see I use the log salary over partition by employee ID. Here log salary fetches the previous salary of each employee. Okay, so here because of that I wanted to find out the previous salary of each employee. Because of that only I use here log salary fetches the previous salary of each employee, so that I was comparing the current salary versus the previous salary. So whatever the current salary I was taking, salary is the our current salary. Okay, then after that I find out the previous salary. Previous salary I find out by using the log salary over partition by employee ID, order by effective date as previous salary. So once I find out the previous salary for each employee, then we need to comparing current salary versus previous salary, right? Here we are comparing the current salary versus previous salary. So if current less than previous, it means their salary decreased. Okay, so we compare current salary versus previous salary. Then after that, if current salary less than previous, then it means their salary decreased. So whenever you will be running this query, you will get like you can comparing based on the current and previous salary basis how it was the like salary is decreased compared to last year. Okay, even if you can use join with employees table to fetch employee name. Even if you wanted to get the information na employee name also, you can join by using the employee table, because here in the salary history table employee name is not there. So that if you wanted to find out the employee name, who is that getting like that the salaries means decrease compared to our last year, you can get that information by joining like in employees table and with the salary history table, by employee id through, and then you will get the information this way. Okay, so while you run, you will get the employee id as well employee name, the current salary, previous salary, and the effective date. While you will run the salary history table, you can see the current salary, whatever the current salary like 60,000, based on the 60,000, whenever the previous salary, you can see the 65,000. The employee name also you can see, find out based on that allies. Got it? Because here you can see na 60,000, only 60,000. Here in employee table there is no 65,000 is there. Whenever you are running the select salary history table, you can get the 65,000. To our 35 question, we need to find out, means identify the customer with 3 consecutive failed transaction. This is the most important question. So we need to find out the like customers with 3 consecutive failed transaction. Okay, so for this query I use the log function, because log window function I used here. So if you see here the query, I used the orders table. Here you can go to the orders table. Okay, so here you can see the order table, and also I find out the customer id based on the like based on the status, like we need to find out the failed transaction, right? So based on that, for each customer we order their transaction by date, then I use the log status 1 here, because it will give the last order of the status, and log status 2 here, it will give the order before that. So if all three failed, then the consumer had 3 consecutive failed order. So that the status I given failed and previous one is equal to, because I find out the previous one because of the log status 1, because it was giving the last order status. So this log status 2 over partition by customer id order by order date, it gives us the before that. So that if all three is failed, then the customer had the 3 consecutive failed order. So because of that only I use the failed, like previous as failed and previous 2 as failed. So while we are running this query, we are getting the 3 consecutive failed transaction. Can you see the customer 1 id is the one who is like consecutively failed. If you see the customer 1 failed, based on that you can find out one. You can see here all are 3 failed customer we are getting. Next, move to our 36 question. Get the previous and next salary of each employee using the log and lead function. Okay, so we need to, as I discussed, log and lead function, we are getting the information like previous and next basis the information. So because of that, whenever we are using the log salary, it will show the salary of the previous row. But whenever I will be using the lead salary over order by salary as next salary, it will giving to us the salary of the next row. So this is very useful comparison, like finding the salary gaps. Whenever we wanted to find out the previous and next salary based on the gap, then we can use for the log and lead based. So that you can use also similar way, just take the employees table details and just use the log salary for getting the previous salary, and also lead function you can use the get the next salary. So based on that you will find out the gap between finding the salary gap by using the employee table, and it will giving the information result. See, you can see here, so based on the employee table it was giving to us the previous salary as well as the next salary. Okay, this is the solution for our 36 query. Next, move to our 37 query. 37 query is calculate retention user who logged in on D1, D7, D30. So we look at the customer. Here you can see the order table. I took it to the order table. If you see here the order table, you can see order ID, customer ID, product ID, order date and status. So we look at the customer. So who placed order on three specific date? So if you see the three specific date mean date 1, date 7 and date 30. Based on that date, who is the specific, like if you see the customer who placed orders on three specific date, today is day 1, 7 days ago D7 and 30 days ago. Okay, so because of that only I use sys date. Today's date means sys date. So 7 days means I use for sys date minus 7, because today's days minus 7, it will giving to us the days of 7 days means 7 days ago. But if I wanted to find out the 30 days ago, then current date minus 30 days, because we are in Oracle, we are using the sys date minus 30. So this this current date giving to us these three specific date means it will giving to us the today's date D1, 7 day ago means D7, 30 days ago means D30. 30. So we look at the customer who placed order on three specific date. We got it from here. Then after that, here we use the trunk order date. Trunk order date here ensure only the date part is we can compare. So here then after that I use the group by customer ID. Group by customer means then check if all three distinct data exist. This is one way to calculate the retention. If you see here we are using the three orders. So based on that I use the order date equal to 3. You can see the customer ID equal to 10 based on that. So even you can use the present check based in an alternative way. Whenever you wanted to find out the last 30 days, you can use the trunk system. Even also you can use the sum of case by using the order date, then sys date. However, we here find out the trunk minus sys date minus 7. You can use also the sum by using the case and sum way. Then you can find the same result also you can find out. Okay. Then next move to our 38 question, running the average of salary. Running the average salary means we need to, here in the employees table we order employees by salary. So if you will run this query, we wanted to find out the running average of employee salary. So here what we did, we order employees by salary. Here the average salary is calculated from the startup of the current row, because here we use the rows between unbounded preceding and current row. So here it will be calculating from the startup to the current row. So this will producing a progressive average as whenever we move down the rows. So even also here I use the round up, because in simply if you will using the average salary, it will giving us the result, but I use the rounded to for decimal neat and cleanness purpose I use the round function. So if you run this query, you can see the running average salary details from here. Okay, alternatively also you can use in alternative approach. Here you can use the sum of salary over order by salary, rows between unbounded preceding and current row, divided count star over order by salary, rows between unbounded preceding current row as running average. If you run this query, it will also giving to you the same result too. Next move to our 39 question. We need to find out employees with high salary in each department using Windows function, not using the subquery. This is also very important interview question. You can use either if interviewer asking to you use the window function, then you can use by using the window function you can solve this question. Also if even if interviewer asking to you use the subquery, then also you can by using the subquery you can solve it. Okay, so we need to find out the employees with high salary in each department. So here I use the window function is rank function, rank over by order by like partition by department ID, order by salary days as rank from employees, where rank equal to 1. Okay, so it will giving to us the employee like high salary per department. So here we use the partition by employees by department, and inside each department order salaries are descending, and the rank will be assigning one to the highest earners. Who is the highest earner, it will assigning that to one, and then after that it was filtering rank equal to one, means it give the top salary employees in each department. So because of that I use the rank over partition by department ID order by salary desk from employees where rank equal to 1. Okay, similarly in alternative way you can use the group by and having, it will also giving you the same result. Okay, so whenever you will be using the group by and also having it also giving the same result, because we are just using the joining from employees e join, then department ID maximum salary from employees group by department ID, then we are using the joining, and then we are just matching the salary like e dot salary equal to d dot maximum salary. Even suppose interviewer asking to you do the same thing, you can do it by using the subquery. Then you can use in the correlated subquery. This is the very easiest way to use the subquery, correlated subquery, because this is also find the top salary employees per department. So because of that only I use the like select employee ID, employee name, department ID, salary from that table name, and then after that where salary equal to select maximum salary from employees where department ID equal to either department ID. It was also giving the same result. So according to your basis you can use the query how the interviewer is asking. Okay, next move to our last question. Last question is so rank and versus dense rank difference with example. Because rank and dense rank function, because in both two functions are we are using for ranking rows based on order by. So the key difference is how they are handling the ties, means whenever the duplicate value is available how they are handling. For example, you can see the employee table, employee details is having employee ID, employee name, salary. You can see the salary details is 60,000, 55,000, 70,000, 55,000, 90,000 and 40,000. Whenever the rank function we are using in the employees table, you can see the rank basis means first of all the salary. If you see the salary rank basis 90,000 is 1, 70,000 2, 60,000 3, 50,000 4 and 50,000 4. Here instead of giving 5 it was giving the same 4, and after that it was giving 6. That means 5 is not there because it directly jumps to 6. It skip the 5. That means the rank function is 2 employees type for salary, both gets rank 1 but the next rank will be 3, so it will be generating the gap. But in the whenever we are using the dense rank in the same table, it would not generate any kind of a gap actually. So whenever you can see the salary here 1 2 3 4, here 55,000 55,000, you can see the 4 4, after that it will be 5. That means here no gap. When you want to keep in your original rank position for any kind of a competitive scores, yeah, you wanted to find the consuming rank number, then you can go for the rank. But whenever you wanted to find out there is no gap and continuous numbering basis is good for tough and salary queries and reporting purpose, always use the dense rank. Okay, so let's today's we have discussed all those question part until 16 to 40 question, and that's it for question 31 to 40. Now we have completed question 16 to 40, and in this part 2 of the series, these queries are very commonly asked in interview for data engineer, data scientist, database developer and also PLSQL developer. So you can download the full solution PDF from my GitHub link in the description, and if you can download this full set of questions and answer from my GitHub link in the description below. And one more request, if this video was helpful to you, please like, share and subscribe. That really motivates me to keep posting more interview questions with solution so that we can all learn and grow together. Also, if you know more interview questions or solution, please share them in the comments. I will go through them, and who knows, they might be featured in upcoming videos. I'll be posting part 3 of this series soon, so where I will cover more daily common SQL interview questions from basic to medium to advanced level, so we can brush up our SQL knowledge step by step. And whenever I get time, I will also start covering Python related questions combined with SQL. That's going to be amazing because this combination is one of the most trending and in demand skill for data scientist, data engineer, database developer, and PLSQL developer. So don't forget to watch, like, share and subscribe. Your support keeps me motivated to bring more content. I will see you soon in part 3 video series, and until then, thank you all for watching. Wish you good health and a wonderful day. Bye.